Hi guys, welcome to Bridget's Cannabis Corner. It is Token Thursday. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I'm your host, Bridget Ward. We're going to do a live strain review of Light Side of the Moon. Ooh. So, I hope you guys have had a great week. Tomorrow's High Day Friday. I just flew out of work, so I literally just ran in here and got everything done. So I'm totally ready to do this. I'm totally ready to smoke some awesome cannabis. Who's with me? Send me a bunch of love in that screen if you want me to smoke this weed. There we go. All right, I'm going to start out by giving you guys a bunch of shout outs here. Make sure you like and share this. We want everybody to access this information. We want everybody to see how cannabis affects people, so that we can break the stigma that cannabis is a bad thing. It's the devil's lettuce. It's going to make you commit crimes and do all these terrible things. Totally false. I've never been arrested. I've never even been close to being arrested. And I have smoked weed for a very long time. So smoking weed does not make you a criminal, although a lot of people are treated as though they are criminals for growing it, for sharing it, for selling it. We want everybody to have safe and legal access. So that's what we fight for, you guys. That's why I want you to share the heck out of these videos. Let's scooch down here and give out some shout outs. My computer wants to work for me here. Maybe it's the user. Maybe I should have got stoned before I started using the computer. Yeah, maybe. Hey, Derek is in the house. How you doing, brother? God put it here for a reason. Amen to that, right? I mean, it's a natural plant that just grows. Hence the reason a lot of these strains are called land races. Land race means that they are indigenous to that area, so they just grow natural. Hi, Sister Bonnie, love you. Our sister Donna's in the house. Hey, sister. I'm going to be super stoned by the time we get into our smoke sesh. Hi, James. Thanks for the friend request. James Moon is in the house, guys. I want to know where you guys are checking in from. I'm in Montana, little town named Missoula. We're in Grizz country here, not only because we have a lot of grizzly bears, but our football team and our basketball team, everything is named Grizz around here. So we are in Grizz country. What's the name of your local football team? I know Super Bowl's right around the corner, right? Am I right? Yay, I'm not going to be a football widow anymore. Although my husband isn't like totally crazy about football. He used to be, but now we just sit around, eat a bunch of food, and I kind of like the commercials more. So let's see, what are you guys smoking today? We got a lot of comments already, guys. Awesome. I want you to comment as much as you possibly can. I know a lot of times we have like 30 live, and I want to make sure you guys are sharing this because you never know who might see this video that's battling a serious medical condition and has no idea that cannabis is a safe and healthy alternative. So those are the people we want to reach out to. We want to reach out to the people who could use cannabis as a substitute or in what am I trying to say? In combination with Western medical treatment. For us, my daughter has a brain tumor, and this was a much safer alternative for her than brain surgery. They wanted to do a couple different treatments on her, but thankfully the cannabis is killing her brain tumor. Her brain tumor is on her brain stem. She had brain surgery 8 years ago that left her in a wheelchair. She couldn't speak. She had totally lost the ability to write. So as her friends were going off to college and starting their adult lives, my daughter regressed all the way back to being a toddler. So cannabis is not only saving my daughter's life, but it's also given her the will to live. So this is why we do this. This is why we want people to see us smoking weed. Yes, I'm calling it weed because a lot of people know it as weed. A lot of people know it as pot. Yes, cannabis is the best word for it, and we are trying to break the stigma, but we want to reach the people that have that stigma also placed in their minds. So if we call it by what they know it as, pot or weed, then they're gonna be more apt to be like, oh wait, maybe this isn't the devil's lettuce. So that's what we want to do. We want to break the stigma here, guys, and I need you to help me do that. So make sure you share this. If you can't share it publicly, share it privately to people that may be suffering and going through a hard time, from anything from depression to cancer. This can help, guys. So, Derek, it would help me. Fibromyalgia is a bitch, Derek says. You're totally right. And Derek, I was just reading a big study today about how edibles are the best thing for fibromyalgia. So you need to talk to my girl Michelle. She's the edible queen. Sweet Sammy, Donna says, yeah, she's a freaking, she's an angel. She's just a sweetheart. As you guys know, most of you have seen her. We're really nervous right now because in 21 days we have to be in Seattle. And what we're doing in Seattle is getting her MRI, and we're meeting with the neurosurgeon also to see what the status is of her tumor. So this is going to tell us if her tumor is continuing to shrink. But me being a mom, I'm sure there's lots of moms out there that can totally empathize. I'm worried, I'm nervous. The closer it gets, the more butterflies I get, the more my stomach feels like it's coming out of my throat. So I'm just trying to stay positive and know that this appointment and this MRI is going to be amazing, and it's going to be a great trip. So we got to focus on the positive, you guys, even in stressful times. She hasn't had an MRI since early summer, last February,
yeah.
A year. She was having them every 3 months because the tumor was growing so quickly. But then we put her on cannabis, and those 3 MRIs showed that, or 4 showed it's shrinking and stable. So let's get on to the strain review. Look at all the love in that screen, you guys. I love the love. My daughter, she pops into these. She loves the love too. That's why we do this. So we're going to smoke some Light Side of the Moon today, which is kind of weird because I don't really know much about this strain. So we're going to wing it. I'm going to tell you what I do know. Oh, the smell is really good. I get it. It's a cheesy strain. I get a cheesy smell. Ugh. I love the cheesy strains. Cheesy strain. I had a patient come in today and ask if I had a strain similar to Sour Diesel. And believe it or not, I was able to sniff out which one would be the closest. So I did a little bit of research to see if I was right, and I was right. So this is beautiful. I'm going to pass this to my lovely assistant so he can maybe get it closer to the screen. But beautiful, beautiful bud in these, and I mean, you can see how big and thick and juicy that is.
Yeah, this thing is big, delicious. I really wish I knew where the camera was exactly, but I'm sure it's somewhere around here. That thing is huge, boy. Mm.
My sister Trish is messaging me, so I just told her, I'm live, I'll message you later. Usually it's my kids calling me.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, we nug down. We dropped the nug, and boom! That's quality. It's still all one piece. So beautiful. This is so beautiful. I can't crack open to this yet. It's so big and juicy and delicious. We're gonna pick a smaller bud to break into. Hey, Sweet Pea, would you mind cracking the window a little? Pretty warm in here after running in from work. Oh, and yeah. So, Light Side obviously is a very beautiful strain. Really nice, big, thick, dense nugs. A lot of trichomes on this. This is the smaller nug, like really. So I'm just gonna do this as if people aren't people don't know how to smoke weed, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this like people don't smoke, because there is a lot of people out there that don't know how to do this. So all I do, a lot of people grind their weed. Me, I like the whole plant. I just like to break a little chunk off and put it in my bowl. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start at the top of this nug. And I'm going to break about a bowl size off. My Grav Lab has got a little tiny bowl, so of course the whole bud wants to come, but we don't need that much. We don't need that much, little guy. Thank you, though. Thank you for being so generous. You're such a generous plant. Do you talk to your weed? Tell me in the comments. Am I the only person that talks to weed? Like, I don't know. I'm going to have to ask Glenn if we can go through the grow again, because that was really fun. We'll stay closer to the end of the building so we can keep internet, but I just love these plants. Obviously, because it's saving my daughter's life. But secondly, cannabis pot, weed, the devil's lettuce has made a huge difference in my entire family's life. Not only is it saving my daughter's life, but it's gotten my husband and I off of medications that we've been on for a lifetime. And we're still fairly young, so we've got long lives to live. So anyways, I just broke it off and stuck it in there. And lighter leash. I'm froze up on my computer screen. I'm froze up. Oh, back on. Am I froze up still, guys?
No, you're moving.
Okay.
You're moving.
There's like
right
50 windows open here, and that might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm still trying to get feeling better. Boy, this cold has been a killer for a lot of us. So this one's for Starbuds, for growing some of the most amazing medicine I've ever smoked. Thank you guys so much for everything you do. Thanks to the trimmers, thanks to the owners, thanks to Darren, the one that runs everything, thanks to our growers. I mean, Glenn and Jill have built the most amazing team. And also, what I've noticed in the cannabis industry, you really meet some really wonderful people in this industry. I mean, it's not like the bar business. Like, I grew up in the bar business. People are crazy in that realm. Like, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, whereas I don't see that in the cannabis world. Okay, I'm already got cotton mouth. I haven't even smoked. Don't eat it, Jason's. Bonnie says. Yay, Starbuds. Our sister Charlene says. My grandkids are out here just cracking up and laughing. It makes me want to go out there and play with them. Plus, I didn't even get to see them when I got home. We literally ran in the door and ran into the studio. Cheers to Starbuds. Thank you. We love you guys. I'm just gonna pace myself, because this is literally the first flower that I've smoked in like a week, maybe even 2. I've been smoking mostly concentrates because I've been so sick and I don't want to make anything angry. So I'm just gonna smoke a little bit today, but this is a lower THC strain, so I'll take a couple puffs. But this one, our light side is testing at 14.2% THC, and THCA it's 15.6. THCA is the pre-component to THC. THCA turns into THC after it's been heated or aged. So you can eat raw cannabis. That's a big thing right now. People are juicing with cannabis. My daughter does it. I've got a freezer full of raw weed. And we eat it. We cut it up. We put it on our steak, our salads. We put it on everything. It's really delicious. Dementia is hands down. Well, Northern Lights is really delicious too. But dementia, if you like spice, Dementia is delicious. So, this one's for you guys. Cheers, guys. We visited the dark side of the moon last week, and now we're going to visit the light side. Cheers. The next one I'll turn the right way so you can see the tornado. All right. Oh, that's really delicious. And I don't know if it's just because I'm coughing. I'm starting to get the sweats a little, but got those weed sweats. I got the weed sweats. Who doesn't want the weed sweats? Put a bunch of love in that screen if you want the weed sweats. Come on. Come get the weed sweats with me. Cheers, Sister Lisa in New York. Smelling the phone screen. You're funny, Bonnie. I would be too. I wish there was smell-o-vision, because some of the weed that I come across, I mean, I don't know where my little basket just went, but I literally have a big basket full of weed, and oh man, the concentrates, oh, they smell so delicious. When you've got hundreds of concentrate pucks in a bin. I don't think I'm running out anytime soon. I've got everything from patches to, I've got ChemDog in here, I've got joints, I still have some Jack. Like, my God, Becky, we might have to smoke this tomorrow night. For High Day Friday. Thank you, sir. Mm-hmm. So, I guess I'll go ahead and get started on the strain review, guys. Don't forget to tell me what you guys are smoking today. I'm obviously smoking Light Side of the Moon. I will be smoking some Trainwreck here in a little bit also. I'm also going to smoke some Sugar Skull Crumble. So, got my dab straw already. So, Light Side of the Moon is kind of a misfit for us. It came to us as a Dark Side of the Moon seed, but it came out light with a lot less purple. Dark Side of the Moon. Would you dig through my basket and see if you can find a dark side, please? There should be. So then I can show you the difference between how they look. So the light side doesn't have a lot of purple in it. The dark side does. So that's how they knew it wasn't a dark side. So they just named it the light side. This is an indica dominant hybrid. Created right here in Missoula by the life-saving folks at Starbuds. This has got, and Light Side of the Moon has got one of the best smells. Like, if you want a good smelling weed, this is it.
Here's dark side. Me, it doesn't look very dark.
Early smoking, Delaware homegrown. Delnita's in the house, still the Purple Kush. Bought half ounce. Oh, Purple Kush. Yum. Purple Kush is really good for pain. Pain and anxiety.
They almost look the same.
So they do look quite a bit the same, but let me grab this.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab this out of here and show you guys. I mean, they do look very similar.
Looking to see.
Actually, yeah.
Almost.
One's obviously a little smaller, so this...
The smaller one is dark.
The smaller one is dark, and this is light. The camera's flip-flop for me, so I'm like, oh, which one's my right? Okay. That one's yours, this one's mine. So, no, you can't see it very good.
No.
Just joined. What are we talking about? Hey, Mike, thanks for joining us. We're talking about some Light Side of the Moon. We're smoking some Light Side of the Moon. It's really delicious, nice indica dominant hybrid. nice light high. It's a good strain for beginners. It's not gonna knock you on your butt. This would be a strain that I would suggest for my elderly, or if I had a kid with cancer. Of course, with my kids with cancer, I don't really like them to smoke, so we find other ways for them to take in cannabis. So, and a lot of my elderly too, they don't like to smoke, so we're trying to find some good alternatives for our people who are newly retired or going to be retired. Us, my generation, we're going to be retiring here at some point. Do we want to be shot up with a bunch of medication that sends us to a totally different world that we're not even present to? Or do we want them to treat us with cannabis at the end of our lives so that we can have that good quality of life? It's going to take all of us to band together, to stand up and say, we the people demand cannabis be taken off the Schedule I drug list. Off. That's what's going to help, because we cannot access federal funds and we cannot even use banks because it is federally illegal. So that's the step one. We need to fight to get this taken off of the Schedule I drug list. We can have more clinical trials done, and there'll be more resources available for cannabis. You guys hear my grandkids and my daughter, they're wild. It's a wild house around here. Bridget's retired. Yep, get high. Cannabis cures all. Amen to that, Brother Jay. Cannabis does cure all. It can help everything from PTSD to like cancer. A lot. I work with 3 main groups, and that's children, elderly, and veterans. A lot of our veterans were sent home being able to live through these terrible circumstances, only to come home to die from the memories that their service caused them. Does that make sense? We have so many of our vets are committing suicide every day. I don't know what there's a number. Can you look the number up? There's like 60 there's like 60, I don't know. It's a crazy number.
It's like 20 some a day or something.
A minute.
Or something.
Every
something
60
really
some seconds.
I mean,
People are dying when they could be offered a flower to help them through their PTSD. You guys, some of these people have watched their best friends' faces blown off. They've watched their brothers be completely disabled for life. They themselves have become disabled by fighting for our freedoms, for our right to do this in front of all of you. That's why I smoke, because I believe in everybody's right to safe and legal access to this medicine. Everybody should have the right to this. If my daughter could not legally have accessed her Rick Simpson oil to kill her brain tumor, I would have crawled on my hands and knees to the ends of the earth to get this for her. So unfortunately, a lot of us are still having to go underground. And we shouldn't have to do that. We should not have to do that. So I'm going to stop trailing off. I'm going to get back to the strain review here.
So the question about veteran suicide is murky because they like to try to hide the information.
Yeah, they do.
So currently they claim 22 veterans per day. And of that 22, 16 of them are veterans, and then 3.9% are current service members, and then so they try to break it all down, but they said that the number's not correct now that they figure in all these other causes of death that are probably suicide, but they don't classify them suicide.
Well, and the sad thing is, a lot of our veterans don't tell anybody They don't tell anybody about their feelings. They were taught and trained to keep your feelings at bay. And so now they're having to try to struggle with that, and they don't know where to reach out. They don't know who to reach out to. The only resource they have is the VA. Like, are you kidding me? Has anybody ever had to deal with the VA? I have, and I'm telling you right now, they're crazy. They're crazy the way they treat our vets. Go, if you have a VA near you, and there's, something going on, you can go sit in a waiting room. Go and just sit and listen. Just go listen for a half an hour. I mean, the way our vets are treated, just even by our own government, totally blows my mind. My father-in-law just had to go over to the VA, a couple weeks ago, and my husband got a good taste of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous.
So, we do, but they still don't do anything. I miss that. Oh, yeah, I mean, it really upsets me because, like, Jay is the perfect example. I was just thinking about you earlier, Jay, when I was looking at those pictures and stuff, and I'm like, doing what I do, being in this industry, I get to meet some of the nicest and the best people that I never would have met. Thanks to weed. Thanks to cannabis. I get to meet all these great people. I get to have all these great brothers and all these great sisters that I just love you guys so much. Words can't even tell. Words can't even express how I feel about you guys and how wonderful the people that I get to meet every day and the people that I get to connect. That's one of my favorite things to do. So I get to connect a lot of really cool veterans. I get to hear a lot of really great stories that just make my heart melt even more. And Jay, he's another one. He's been through a lot, you guys. And now he's building a veterans wall, and it's just so beautiful. I mean, it's just totally amazing. So, enough about that. I'm going to get back on the strain review. Obviously, light side's really good for creativity and socialization. This is a good social strain, guys. This strain gives you a nice light buzz, helping to relax your mind and body without the couch lock. So, yeah, totally relaxing. Although I do feel like every little sound is catching my ear. Like, I can hear the cars out front. My grandkids are, woo! That's all I can hear right now. Woo!
Must be bath party time.
It's both of them, Kiki and Carter. So this has got a fresh, fruity smell and tastes like confetti birthday cake. It does. It has a really delicious taste. And that's one of the things that I love most about weed is the taste and the smell. And just in case you didn't know, the weed tastes different upon inhale versus exhale. So pay attention when you're having a smoke next time. Pay attention to the taste when you inhale versus exhale. It's totally different taste. Now I'm like freezing up on my screen again. Okay, so this strain is going to help you relax. It's going to create happiness, decrease your stress, pain, and muscle spasms. I would have to agree with that. I felt really heavy and my back's pretty sore today because I've been coughing my brains out and using my back muscles like crazy. But so I would have to agree with that. I also brought out my dark side. Since this came from a dark side of the moon seed, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about dark side too. I don't think they realize that we can hear everything they say. Okay. So dark side is an indica dominant hybrid. It's a cross between Spirit in the Sky and Green Ribbon. That was made by Exotic Genetics. They have some amazing strains. This was named after Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. I wonder if they knew that we would create a light side of the moon someday. Dark Side is a super dreamy strain. It's helps with chronic pain, inflammation, depression, insomnia. And again, Dark Side is very fruity, so you're gonna obviously get that over here too. So this is a really good social strain, great for beginners, and yeah, I want to check in with you guys and see what you guys think. Would you try some Light Side of the Moon if you could? Celia, did I say that right? Celia, hi honey. Thanks for joining me. I hear you. I used to volunteer at the VA. Got in an argument with the nurses for smoking with the patients. The guys loved it. Made a lot of friends. Love servicemen and women. Amen to that, Charlene. I'm getting phone calls now. Amen to that. I love the vets. You know, I'll have to maybe do a live show in our little veterans park kind of thing. We had this beautiful statue put into Rose Park where we have, obviously, roses grow there. So we'll go during the summer. I'll go live there. But what it is this big giant statue of this big huge angel with these big huge wings, and he's got this fallen soldier, and he's just like, you know, cradling him. And I remember as a kid, I was probably in the 5th grade. How old would I have been in the 5th grade then? So I was probably in the 5th grade, and I remember the local newspaper came out with a story telling us about the statue, and I cut the article out for it. I never did stuff like this, but for some reason I've always been drawn to vets, and my dad was a veteran, but so maybe that was part of it. But I remember when that statue got put up, I was probably, by the time they got it put up, I was in the 6th grade. And I went up to that park and I cried and I cried and I cried so hard. And my heart and my soul hurt so bad for this soldier. And I was so grateful for this big angel. And it just was, I mean, that might be partly why God put me on this path and on this earth, is to help the angels and our veterans show people how to live in a good light. Send people love and light, you guys. Let's start to treat people more fairly, especially our veterans, especially our elderly. They've worked long and hard. Why can't they smoke weed versus take benzo? I mean, I know a lot of people, a lot of elderly that want to garden, they want to fish, they want to golf, they want to still live their lives. They don't want to be all fucked up on the couch, pilled out, drugged out because they're following doctor's orders, because that's the only information they have access to. Make sure you like and share this so that all of our elderly, all of our vets, all of our parents know that this could be a safer alternative to some of the treatments they're being exposed to. So I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that, guys. Turned into a show about vets, which is fine with me. I love my vets. Since you and Jason are so knowledgeable, best strain for severe insomnia. I would say, I wish I could send you some Dementia. We both agree.
Yeah.
Look for some Granddaddy Perps. Granddaddy Purple. Anything purple. Purple Urkel. They're going to be good for sleep, pain, muscle spasms. So an indica. Kind of depends on where you're at. If you're in a recreational place, you can get GDP. Northern Lights is a good one for sleep. Yeah. 9 Pound Hammer. That's a good. Chem Dog is another really good one for sleep. So maybe I should do on my strain reviews, instead of a strain of the day, how about we do I need cannabis for this. What would be a handful of strains for this? I know we did back a while ago, we did our big PTSD special. So send me a bunch of love. Tell me in the comments if you guys have any ideas for future shows. We're always trying to come up with cool stuff. Because I'm in a medical state, I legally can only smoke my caregiver's weed. So that's why we always smoke Starbuds weed. Well, not only that, but Starbuds has the best freaking weed ever. We have a granddaughter in Washington, so we try to get over in Washington as much as we possibly can, but I don't even waste my money there. Mine is way better. Our weed is way better. Unless we're doing like huh?
Except for PPD.
PPD, Jason's saying over here in the corner.
Sorry.
Purple panty dropper.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah. So that would be fun. Maybe we could redo our PTSD special, because it was probably 7 months ago or more.
Back, yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Maybe
really
we can do
awesome
sleep
one.
And then we can do a...
But I got super high at this PTSD one because I smoked
All
5 strains out of 5 different pieces, 2 hits a piece, and by the time I hit finish, woo! Doggy, I had fun. So, yeah, leave me a comment if you have any show ideas. That would be totally awesome. If you have anything fun you want us to do for High Day Friday, tomorrow's High Day Friday. It's every other Friday. It's just a total smoke sesh. We just get together and bullshit. So, if you have any ideas, we've kind of run out of ideas, and now we do High Day Fridays on the weekends that I work all weekend. So, lately I'm pretty exhausted come Friday. Because that's like, Fridays are my Mondays. So I'm just like, oh my god. Anyway, so if you have any fun ideas, we did the makeup thing. Jason's pretty fun on edibles, but I don't know if we can talk him into eating any more edibles.
Work my way back to that.
He'll work his way back up. So, well, you guys have a great night. Tomorrow night is High Day Friday. Maybe we could try to, now we have a new system at work, so it doesn't take me as long to close, so I might be able to move it up to 7:30, or even 7 o'clock maybe. 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time tomorrow night, so stay tuned. I'll let you guys know. I'll probably try and do it closer to 7. Yeah, I'll just run in from work and we'll just do High Day Friday. So yeah, and then we've got some really fun stuff coming up. We're going to be interviewing Dr. Uma here in the next couple weeks. Yeah, we interviewed Dr. Uma on Wednesday. Dr. Uma. Yeah. She is, you guys are going to love her. She is so beautiful. She is amazing. She's worked so hard for us to help us try and get this off the Schedule 1 drug list. So we need as many people in that live show as we possibly can. That would be totally awesome, and we need you guys' help to do that. So come up with some creative ways that we could get more people in on that show. That'll be the 6th, and that'll be at 5:30 Mountain Standard Time p.m. And other than that, yeah, we've got some strain reviews, but we will for sure see you tomorrow night for High Day Friday, tentatively 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, depending on when I can get in or out of work. Usually I close up at 6, so sometimes if I have a late patient, though, I'm more than willing to stay because I want people to access their medicine, and if they're just getting off of work at 5:45, they need their medicine for the night, I'm going to stay open 5 or 10 minutes extra. So, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow night on High Day Friday. Until then, peace, love, and cannabis. Good night.